Make a U-turn. In 1,000 feet, slide left, take the next left, sharp left, turn right on, continue on, in a quarter mile, at the light, in 600 feet, turn right on.
You have reached your destination.
Well, today's Wednesday. It's 85 degrees in my garage with a door open, and it was about 100 degrees when I was driving back from work. So this is unusual for where I live. This is what I'm doing today. Obviously, this is a moss blow up, but I am putting all of this together. I've got a larger version of it here. So I am, when it comes to putting stuff back together, I'm not very good unless I've got a picture or a diagram or something to look at and compare against. And I've got some unfortunate news, and unfortunately it's not as unfortunate as I have cancer. I don't, but I dropped my hood. All of these are scratches. In the clear coat or something. So obviously troublesome, but not necessarily a big deal because I can buff that out. I've got a real thick coat of clear coat until this. Oh, maybe that's not so bad. Oh, maybe that's not so bad after all. Until that. Very disappointing, and some scratches there. So I am geared up, I think. I'm geared up to repainting, but I'm not going to repaint, I don't think. I'm going to buff this out. I'll give it a good bath, buff it out, see if I can... Well, hold on. I'm going to give it a good bath. Add some paint here, sand it down so it's even, add clear coat, sand it down, add more clear coat, sand it down, etc., etc. See if I can build that up, and then buff it all out. What a freaking disappointment. Anyway, so here we go. I have all that to put together. In a prior amount of work, I had taken all of this stuff. I believe this is zinc, because it doesn't, I've never seen it rust. Same thing with possibly this. And I took some 600 grit sandpaper and wet sanded this stuff with WD-40 so that I wouldn't have scratches. And it came out pretty nice. To that, I'm going to add some graphite and have it nice and juicy, slidey, well, you know, it's not going to rub, so friction will be down. I've also stripped and repainted some of these other things. So there's the spring. I didn't necessarily need to do that, but you know, I wanted it to look nice. One, not that you're going to see it. I wanted it to look nice, and I wanted it to not rust on the outside. There is the arm that connects with that. This, let's see, it'll go something like this. Like this, and the long arm that's already in the car will attach to that. This has a little clevis pin, I don't know what it's called, and it rotates as it's pulled and pulls out the whole mechanism and unlocks your trunk, your hood. I'm not going to try to get in too far, but I'm going to zoom in. That is a piece that normally has a little bit of a rubber thing in there so it doesn't squeak and screech as you pull. I can't find that, so I may have to make one out of a cork, maybe, I don't know. Might be fun to try, though. Huh? Let's see, zoom out, and I'll get that done as of now. Okay, I think I've got everything put together correctly. You can see how the hole in here, the receiver, I don't know, is not circular, and that's because the clasp is pulled over, therefore keeping the hood, it would keep the hood stationary, right? Set up the thing here. Pause. And I will yank the thing a couple times. That's fully open. That's released, closed, open, closed again. So it all works. I've greased it all up both with graphite and with grease, actual grease. Pretty happy with that. It pulls really smoothly too, so I'm gonna have to review the video and see if I like it. Well, there we go. Hood release stuff. Right here. Done. I don't have a reason why I can't start mounting things. Oh, I do. Well, there we go. Clutch pipe. That's easy. Horns. Oh yeah. I forgot I ordered horns. Here they are. Off of Amazon. Electromagnetic horn. Klaxon Electronic. Made in China. So we're going to test out. See how loud they are. You can see that they're much smaller in comparison to the native MGA horn. Okay. Here's what the native MGA horn sounds like. Let's see, there's going to be a difference in output. God damn. Ooh, that is loud. Oh. Yeah, like by triple. See, they're the same tone. Nope. High and low. Well, okay. Turn off power supply. These two came with this. Don't know how much you can do with that as a mounting kit, but I'll figure something out. Bend it, I don't know, something. I don't know where I'll put it, honestly. Love will find a way. Well, horns are in, and they made a herd of cats scatter like, it was funny. Not that you can tell too well. Horn 1, horn 2, and the wire between them zip tied to the that pipe there. Oh, he's back. And when I turned my car on, I found that they're on without me touching the fucking button. So the button sticks. I need to figure something out. God damn it. Oh well, that'll go on my list too. Fix the horns. Okay, so what is next? We installed the horns. Where's the other one? Fog lights. Pedestals did that. Oh yeah, we timed the engine today. We didn't make a video of that. There's the unstick the horn button, so we'll do that sometime. So I think what I'm going to do is the battery tie down stuff. I bought some Luan. It's over there in the back, and I'm going to measure and so on and so forth. Make a tray for the battery, and maybe a box around it to protect it. I have a couple of smaller plastic ammo cans too that might go nicely in the, well, maybe not a lot of space, certainly over here, but oh yeah, and I gotta figure something out. I dorked up that. Okay, so I bought the wrong, I'm certain I bought the wrong goddamned muffler because it didn't fit very well on my pipe, and it comes off when I was starting the engine. So I broke it in today, and I timed it and all that other stuff. Dick was very helpful. And I couldn't figure out why the hell it was so goddamn loud, because it doesn't have a fucking muffler. So, I'll fix that. I'm going to put that on the list. Hopefully it's just putting it back on, but I suspect I've got the wrong adapter. And, I'm nuts. I guess we'll see. Okay, battery's in. I didn't quite use Luan on this bottom, just because of the weight of the battery. I wanted something a little bit heavier, so it's double the thickness of Luan. Take a look at it there. I've painted it a couple times. I let the paint to soak in. Painted it again, let it soak in. And here we go. I've cut a couple of holes in the bottom for straps. That's the battery tie-down strap. And I'll pause in a second to show you how it looks on the other side. That's my battery cutout for my keyring on-off deal. Okay, so I've already established that that works. And I'll show you the bottom. I'm going to put my battery reminder back on and show you the bottom. Okay, not yet. Anybody who's worried about the fact that once I put the cover back on, I may have bare metal upon bare metal, specifically that puppy there. That's not a big deal. That's actually still the ground point, so there's no arcing and sparking. The worry is the positive battery lead arcing and sparking to a piece of metal, and that's nowhere near it. So what's next? I'm going to build a base for that, and maybe a box to go with it. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet, but yeah. So let's look at the bottom. And there's the bottom. You can see that the strap goes across a couple of those already welded in bits I put across, so that puppy won't be bouncing up and down at all. I'm not displeased by what I've done. I'm pretty happy with it. Fuel pump and stuff, filter. So I'm going to call it a win and move on to the next piece over there, and then very likely start doing fenders and such. And again, here's a better view of my exhaust pipe. I did not do a good job on that. So I think I'm going to have to buy an entirely new exhaust pipe. Oh well, that sucks, but oh well. Yeah, oh well. Okay, I've got one more battery tie-down strap. You can see this is nylon. It's pretty stout stuff. And there's the bottom of the the left side battery tray bottom. To that, I thought I bought a bunch of Luan. You can see this is thinner stuff. I bought a bunch of this so that I can make a box. But then I thought to myself, why go through all that effort when I've got a ton of these things? Plastic, and they're light, and they're waterproof. They're ammo boxes, so that's what I'm going to be using. And there you go. So I'll let that stuff dry. I will put it in there. I might mount it to the metal with a couple of screws, or not. But I'll be using these as my little cargo carriers if I need to. And in that, I'll put a few, like a tool roll or spare parts or a coil or whatever, but there you go. Okay, that's in, that's done, that's finished. Tied down, nicely done to the frame, and using a nylon webbed belt that I use for the seats. That stuff. And it's going to be nice and tight. So once the lid is on, you'll never see it. That kind of defeats the purpose of me putting a hidden audio thing in there, now that I remember it. So I guess I'll be putting it under here in the center. I mean, that's as good a place as any, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is done. I'm going to more or less finish up. Oh, yeah. I left popsicle sticks there while the glue sets. Probably keep it there for a while until I'm ready to put the front bumpers in. I've just glued the piping on top, so it's easier to work with. I've cut holes where I've needed to. And I'll probably start the actual, no kidding, getting everything all back together tomorrow. Today's Memorial Day in the U.S., 2026. Yeah, I'm going to start putting her back together. Reassembly is about to start.